The mixed feeling of being an adult is crazy, especially adults in their 20s. Most are still walking around with limitless, undiscovered potentials.
Yep, that's also the golden age. Now is the time to do literally anything you want because you basically get to enjoy all of the rights and all of the possibilities.
In this case, the same goes with owning a property. There's no such thing as it's too early when it comes to investing if you have the money to do so. But many young adults fear to make this choice.
Yep, some people may say that you shouldn't buy real estate because it requires a big sum of money. There is a property taxes, maintenance fee, management fee, audit fee, many more. But they aren't exactly wrong as this comes from experience. There's actually another way of seeing it, and buying property is actually a great investment, especially at a young age. Now here is why. What's up everybody, welcome to VC. My name is Vincent.
And I'm Chloe.
So some of you must have always heard about your dad, uncle, or even adults saying, make sure you all buy property when you're young, right? And today let's jump into why you should invest in real estate at a young age.
When you're planning to buy a property, it's either you can cash buy it or take up a bank loan. Here's the first point, which is leveraging on banks, especially when you're young. Did you know that other than a business loan, the only investment that banks are willing to lend you money is real estate, a property? Think about it. You can't borrow money from a bank to buy gold, stocks, or crypto, or etc.
Yep, not only that, but when it comes to buying a property, the maximum loan tenure for a residential property is 35 years, while a commercial is 25 years or up until 70 years old, whichever arrives first. So imagine being a 27 years old buying a residential property, you are eligible to take up 35 years loan tenure because you haven't reached 70 years old yet. After 35 years of 27 years old, you are basically leveraging the banks of the benefits.
On the other hand, if you are 45 years old trying to purchase a residential property, you'll only be eligible to loan up to 25 years due to your age. Now this being said, with a shorter loan tenure, your monthly installments will be higher. Of course, there's no harm in taking a shorter loan tenure. You can check out the difference right here. But personally for us, specifically in investment, we suggest to take a longer loan tenure because you're gonna rent out the property anyways. So it's best if the monthly rental could cover 80% or more of the monthly installment. That would be a good rate in Malaysia.
Yep, logically, a bank wouldn't be as comfortable in providing a longer loan tenure to older folks, fearing that they won't be able to repay the entire amount of time. As you get older, the risk of illness increases as well. So there is a higher risk of you not able to pay back the loan.
Yeah, there's actually something else that many people miss when it comes to leveraging banks, which is refinancing.
Yep, yes sir. So you're probably wondering, what is refinancing? It is the replacement of an existing loan with a different one. The new loan carries different terms and pay off the remaining debt of the original loan.
We'll make a video for that next time, but easy to understand. For example, you're now having a property you bought a few years back then worth 400,000. Right now, the market price of that property is 600,000, which means the value of that property has raised 200,000. Now you can go to the bank and tell them you want to refinance it. You can get 80% of the 200,000 as a down payment for your next property or even your future home.
Yep. So of course there are more to it, so we'll leave it for next time. So the next reason personally to us on why you should buy property when you're young is because it forces you to save money. You can't deny that, especially at a young age, you have many things you want to own, right? Who has never thought of owning a pair of super expensive shoes, Gucci bags, expensive bags, or even like luxury car, right?
This applies more if you're buying a property for your own use, like living in it. Having a commitment forces you to save more, taking it more seriously, putting in that extra cash back into property instead of buying a new luxurious car. Real estate increases in value, but is it the same when it comes to other things that you want to own?
Other than that, buying a real estate and renting it out while you are young is an investment. What are your expectations of investment? So of course you want to earn money, right? To gain money from it while preserving your wealth, as well as the value of real estate increases quite stable throughout the years compared to the other investments.
As time goes by, most of the lands are being developed and lands are getting lesser and lesser, which means housing prices will increase, which also means that the down payment and the interest rate will increase. If you take a look at Hong Kong, many young people or older people can't even afford a small apartment as it is too expensive for them. Luckily, Malaysia is not in that situation yet, but don't take it for granted because we'll never know how long will we be telling ourselves that to wait and wait for the price to drop. But deep down, we all know that the price of everything is increasing.
Yep, exactly. So back to the topic when we talk about the property investment, where your property value increases with the help of capital appreciation, you can sell off your property or refinancing it to get a huge amount of money out of the property so you can pay your child education. As a rule of thumb, if you have one child, you should have one property. Just a rule of thumb. It may ease your finances to provide your child with an opportunity of having a better education journey.
The most common thing that parents don't want to say to their child when they want to go study abroad is, "Sorry dear, I can't afford to send you out abroad to study." So having that money means you have more possibilities in providing the education your child wants and needs.
Yep, not only that, you can also use the huge amount of money after you retire, maybe purchase your dream home, since most people's dream house are big and pretty houses, right? You can use the money to settle the down payment. But if you want to know more about capital appreciation, you can click up there.
After capital appreciation, the next thing would be cash flow. Investing in property when you're young means that you are buying a property to most likely rent it out. In this case, you most likely, again, choose a property that can cover 80% of your mortgage loan or even provide you cash flow. Being young and filled with energy, usually we are willing to go an extra mile further just to earn that extra cash. In this case, for example, you have a property with a monthly installment of 1,800 and your monthly rental is 2,000. This means you have an extra 200 in cash.
Yep, 200 ringgit. That's your income. So did you know that the extra rental income that you're receiving can be calculated as income by some banks too? So which means if you're planning to buy another property after that, your income will technically be higher because your rental income is calculated as part of your income. So if your income is higher, this means that there are more possibilities of banks providing you with a loan at a better rate compared to your income before. But don't forget that this has to be depending on the price of the property as well.
To top that off, imagine you've kept this property for 35 years and you're now finally finished with your mortgage loan. Now you don't even have to pay the bank with the rental income. Instead, you can literally receive positive cash flow. That's how the rich get richer in this investment. They don't work for money, money works for them. Staying at home, spending time with your children or grandchildren, you still have consistent rental income coming in. You don't want, man?
Yep. So the fourth point would be inflation. Inflation is basically means that the price of selected goods and services are getting more expensive, while the value of currency, your money as well as the fiat currency, is decreasing. Would you keep the 10,000 ringgit in your saving account that remain 10,000 ringgit, but the price of everything around is getting more expensive? Or would you rather buy a property with a 10,000 ringgit down payment, rent it out, let the rental covers the installment while your property value increases?
100 ringgit today wouldn't be 100 ringgit next year. It'll probably be like 95 ringgit, 90 ringgit. No one knows for sure. But one thing we do know for sure is real estate is a place for you to park your money and hold against inflation.
Yep, even broccoli prices increased from 8 ringgit in 2020 to 20 ringgit in 2021. That's crazy. So put your money in property helps you to preserve your money, not just savings but money making as well. Last but not least, houses are always expensive lah. So we heard too many of our clients contemplating whether they should wait for the price to drop or just buy now. Around 30 years ago, you could easily purchase a landed house for 200,000 ringgit near the city center, but now those properties are worth millions. Young adults in this generation couldn't even afford purchase those houses anymore. Even condominiums nowadays can go up to 1 million ringgit.
We did mention inflation just a while ago, and did you know that the price of raw materials are increasing too?
Yeah.
We've gotten the news around end of 2021 that in 2022 the price of raw materials will be increasing, including wood, bricks, steels, and many more. Even shipping costs and manpower have also increased in price tremendously in the pandemic. If the costs used to build a building are increasing, of course the price of property will increase too.
Yeah, so when it comes to buying real estate, there's no such thing as waiting the price to decrease or drop. The first best time to buy property is 10 years ago, and the second best time is always now, especially in this pandemic, this recession, everything is low, right? So
Yeah.
no matter when you're watching this video, you know the drill.
In our own personal opinion, real estate is actually a great investment. If your rental income can cover your monthly installment, you are basically owning a property for free, or maybe even getting extra cash monthly. We've seen experienced investors buying 2 to 4 property every single year, or even bulk purchasing a whole floor of a building. So it's always that first step of investing that makes you step out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, so if you're considering buying a home, definitely do it. The changes of interest rate can greatly influence a person's ability to purchase a property. So the lower interest rate it is, the lower cost to obtain a mortgage loan to buy a home will be. So which creates a higher demand of real estate, which again pushes the price up.
Yep, we've mentioned before that 2021 is the best time to buy real estate. If any of you did make that purchase, congratulations on getting your property. But to those who missed the opportunity, it seems like the interest rates are still low right now in early 2022. So make sure you grab the chance to make a good purchase while you can.
Nevertheless, property investment is a long-term commitment. Make sure you have the right financial backing and sufficient fund before deciding to buy a home or investment. So do enough research on the property you're interested in. Also remember to check with the closest property agent or mortgage banker on how much you can actually afford with your current salary. So just in case you've forgotten, we are real estate negotiator as well, and if you're interested in purchasing a property, you can drop us a DM on Instagram or contact us at bcestate.co/contact.
That wraps up for our topic for today. Make sure you take all that into consideration because it's a bit sad that not everyone is willing to share these success stories. And that's how the rich get richer while the poor get poorer.
Yep, so that's all from us today, and thank you for watching. If you get some new knowledge from this video, do give us a like and consider subscribing as we post a lot of property real estate content in this channel. Join the BC family, and we will see you
In the next video. Ciao!